I'm Kimberly Clark, and this is my face. Welcome to the 5th and final installment of my series on how to get this look, this face, the Kimberly Clark mug, her face. You now, too, can become Kimberly Clark. Part 1 was my foundation, my whole base, powder, contour, everything. Part 2, eyes, cut, crease, glitter. Part 3, brows. Part 4, lashes. And now, part 5, I complete the whole look. I put on my blush, I highlight, I touch up my contour, I set my stuff, spray with my setting spray. Boom, bam, bomb. Bang. Zip, zippity-doo. Shazam! So stay tuned to watch me finish up this whole face right now. Okay. Ochre. All right, just watch. Just keep watching. So first off, I'm just topping off my Soft Velvet Powder by NARS and my contour, just to make sure everything's looking good. Then using a big fluffy fan brush by Morphe from the vegan brush set, I'm taking Becca's Moonstone, a insane amount of it, and just dusting that on the high points of my face, tops of my cheekbones, forehead, tip of my nose, Cupid's bow, and chin. Then taking my favorite blush brush, a Real Techniques blush brush, and NARS Almería, my favorite blush of the moment. I'm starting at the backs of my cheekbones and then working down towards the apples of my cheeks. I really find that putting blush on top of highlighter really helps that highlighter look a little bit more natural and glowing from within. But don't worry, I'm gonna dramatic it up a little bit later. I always like to take that blush on my chin, sides of my nose, and forehead just to add a little bit of that same color to the rest of my face. For lips, I'm starting with NYX deep red lip pencil, just doing a very sloppy outline, overdrawing my lips slightly, especially on the top where I have a very thin lip. And I'm thickening up that line a little bit because I'm going to blend it with another lip pencil color. I'm now filling in my entire lip with NYX's Nude Suede Shoes slide-on lip liner. And I'm slightly blending those two shades together. Then I'm taking Maybelline Creamy Matte's Touch of Spice and just applying that directly on top of both of those shades. This is really where that kind of blending kind of comes together. Then using a lip brush to just clean up that outer line. This is really important, especially if you have textured skin or stubble. And I'm just basically smoothing out any kind of little chunks of lipstick that I have stuck there. Now to deepen up the outer dimension of the lip, I'm taking NYX's liner in Currant and just doing a kind of deepening on the outer edges. And then to even further increase that effect, I'm taking MAC's matte lipstick in the shade Sin and just applying that to the kind of outer corners and edges of the lips. Then again, using that lip brush to kind of smooth everything and blend it together. Now you may notice that I have like a kind of ridiculously overdrawn clown situation on one side, so I'm just going to fix that with my concealer, which is my MAC Full Coverage Foundation in the shade W10. And I'm just using a flat liner brush for that. This one is by Jane Iredale. And this foundation is so full coverage that it will even cover this deep red shade. Make sure to blend out the edge of that once you do this. Now I'm taking this beautiful rose goldy shade from the Kat Von D Monarch eyeshadow palette. This is the shade Killing Jar, and I'm just dabbing that on the center of my lip to create a highlight. Now in the past I've used MAC's Lip Mix in white, but I've recently been doing this kind of eyeshadow highlight technique. I love this because it really creates an iridescent kind of center highlight that's a little more dimensional and nuanced than just white. And I really feel like using eyeshadow is more effective than using glitter. Glitter will fall off, it will transfer, but eyeshadow that is meant to stay on the eye, that is pigmented, will stay on your lips. Then I'm taking my NARS Laguna bronzer, this one's from the Virtual Domination Cheek Palette, and a big fluffy blending brush, this one's from e.l.f., and just brushing that all around my face, kind of wherever I have contour, and taking a little bit in, just lightly to give me a little bit more color. And then, like I said, I'm adding more dramatic highlight with Becca Moonstone. Get that glow like that. Then I'm adding my beauty mark using my Kat Von D eyeliner in Trooper. And finally, setting my face with my NYX Matte Setting Spray. And that is the finished look. Here she is, boys. Here she is, world. Here's Kimberly. That was my face. That was the 5th and final video from this series. Thank you so much for sticking around. For those of you that watched all of the videos, I'm actually like so excited and inspired, and thank you for all of your kind comments and everything, and just for supporting me in the way that you have, you know, with your words and your views and the weird like electronic ways that we interact with this medium and whatever. Anyway, I really hope you've enjoyed it. I hope that these videos can like live as like this little document of like what my mug is at this moment in time, like what it is. I always find them really helpful to look back on and like learn like what was I doing, like what is this, and I'm hoping that, you know, in the future I'll look at this and be like, oh my god, I'm so much better now or whatever. But I feel like I'm in a really great place with my drag and my face, and I'm just really happy that I have this platform to kind of share it with you, and I really hope that it's been inspiring and exciting for you. Thanks for sticking around. Thank you. I'm Kimberly Clark. Please subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Like this video. Check out all of my other videos on this playlist. Check out my looks playlist for all other beauty videos. Check out my web series. Check out all the other great content that I have on this channel. I've been working really hard and I'm excited to share it with you. And I'm just thrilled. I'm glad you're here. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being here with me and my face. I'm Kimberly Clark. Bye.